Wrong camera. Don't want to see me, I want to see the yard. The sanctuary. Good evening, Bios Baptist Church, and welcome back. I want to talk to you. Every organization that you set a foot into has rules, boundaries that you have to respect. Am I right? I am extremely disappointed to see that nobody has respect for the rules that are set here at Bios Baptist Church. Here at Bios Baptist Church, we have a system of staff, congregation, and students. Nobody wants to respect those boundaries. These boundaries are set clearly and plainly for everybody to understand and go by. But again, over and over, I am sorely disappointed to see that these rules are broken. I try to make this church as fair as possible for all of its congregation. As you know, Bios Baptist Church was inducted into the courts of Nazareth, Israel, on July the 5th, 2015. As a level 1 spiritual center for the treatment and the remediation of spiritual demons. We do not tolerate the long-standingness of demons in our facility. What is a long-standing? Long-standing means we see a demon, or it doesn't have to be a demon, or someone suffering, and we do nothing about it. We treat all. We help all. All persons will be helped. No one is left behind. No man, woman, boy or girl or animal will be left behind in our church. No man, woman, boy or girl will be left behind in our church. But without these rules and guidelines and regulations on all parts, there is a fault in the system. And without communication between people on the inside and outside and staff members, there is going to be a problem. Let me tell you what I saw this morning. People who are regular students are not held up to the same necessary requirements as our staff members. But, as you do know, all staff members are required, however, to follow procedures and protocol as listed, and required never, all persons, and I mean to never, disrespect any Bios Baptist Church staff members. All adult and administrative staff members are to be referred to by their terms. What are terms? There are only 4 terms in the administrative department: assistant pastor, pastor or headmaster, first lady, or assistant first lady. You do not refer outside of these terms unless permission is given. We do not hire outside of Thursdays. Doing so will confuse the system. You are allowed to permitted to hire forms, give out hiring forms or anything outside of these days, but hiring is only allowed on Thursdays. If a holiday is on a then the hiring process can conclude on Wednesday or on Friday, but the church must open until remain open until 05 p.m. to conclude the behind the scenes hiring process. That's the rule. But the hiring process, which includes the person, must conclude the day before or the day after. Rules regarding students. If a student doesn't want to do something, you cannot make them. Staff members have a history of forcing people to do stuff. We do not force anybody to do anything in any of our programs. We can encourage or motivate, but there is a difference where we are too strong about it. We will not argue. We will not come across as arguing, and we certainly will not force. Doing so will result in an immediate action referral to a chief and or administrator. Bios Baptist Church is a church of grace. We give people the ability to learn in all ways. We use 360 learning. This concept was developed by the Courts of Nazareth starting on May 1st, 2018. 360 learning. This includes learning by doing, learning from your actions, which includes positive and negative. We will no longer, starting on May 1st, and today, renewing, force people into anything. I know I didn't get this out to you today, but if somebody doesn't want to do something, write them up, kick them out, or leave. Don't try to make them. Doing so will only get you in trouble. I have to spread the word. Write them up and get out, because you're going to get in trouble if you try to make them. If you're saying that this doesn't help the person, really it does. Release them and let the devil tease them, and they'll come running back deeper into the church than they ever would have been if you were pulling them in. They'll get deeper into the church with free will than if you were to lead them without showing them what's on the other side. If they want to see the other side, let them see it. Let them see just how bad it is without our services or without what God is doing for them. And then they'll come back. And then they'll want to stay. If they like what the devil is doing, wait until it's too late. They'll come back, and then they can't, and then it's going to be nothing but pain, misery, and death, indefinite. Don't force anybody. We let people learn from their mistakes We're going to use a DOA certificate. We're going to use code certificate from now on. We can no longer help this person. It's in God's hands now. People to come to church. They only run further in the opposite direction. We can't bring them in and lock the door. We have to leave the door open. Because I noticed that certain departments will bring people in and lock the door just so they could fill seats. Do is call out and tell the public. And then nobody's coming to church. And I was going along with it unknowingly. Because I'm saying, is this a good concept? But now what we are becoming is more of a psych ward rather than a free, open church. The church is still going to have rules. The church is still going to have policies. But guess what, though? I'm saying this scandal that I exposed that's going on in certain departments that I never knew about and that I thought I knew about but then closed the investigation on years ago, it's bigger than I thought. Because I disapprove of this. People should come and go as they please. This is not a prison. This is a church. And, oh, one more thing. Our safety precautions need to stick